Hello everybody, today I'm playing Geometry Dash and I'm going to be beating a level made by me. It's called ELECTRODYNAMIX Buff. Now, I don't really want to talk too much at the beginning because this is a very hard level and I don't even know if this is going to be the video where I beat it. But I'll give it my best effort. So far, I have almost 2,800 attempts in the level. That's excluding practice mode. I think. No, it's not. Alright. That's with practice mode. So I'm just gonna get straight into it, because this is a super hard level. I came out that portal so weird. Oh, I tried fixing that. Look it. I'll show you what I did. Right here. I put in a bunch of invisible blocks. There, you can see them. There's a row of invisible blocks there. And then I put H blocks so you jam your head in. But I might just put a slope right there. Honestly, this saw is only here to make this pink jump ring a timing. Or purple jump ring, or whatever you want to call that thing. I call it pink because it looks pink to me. But it also kind of looks purple, whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to do this. That looks good to me. There. Now it's invisible, and then I can add an H block. Actually, I don't know if an H block or a D block would be the one I want, so I'm just gonna put both. There. Now there's nothing wrong with the level, probably. No way. I feel like that was like the best I've ever done that corridor. By the way, that corridor that I died to, that used to be the hardest thing in the world when I first got to it and I first buffed it. But I nerfed it 6 times because it was just too hard. Oh, let's go. I hate that corridor at the end, by the way. All I buffed it with, literally the only thing I did to buff that part was I got rid of all the invisible spikes and put in real spikes. And it's so tight. Holy cow. I'll just show you guys the level really quickly. My thought process on buffing this. If you want to leave, you just want to see the completion, now leave. Because there's not going to be much else for you guys to watch. But the people that want to see how I buffed it or what I was thinking, then you can stay. But this part I literally just basically did a saw blade spam. Not really, but I made it so that you had to hit the jump ring, but not too early. I just increased the size of this one. This one I did basically the same thing as this one. I added in a jump ring here, land on a purple jump pad, go into a ball section, mini ball section, because I think ELECTRODYNAMIX has a lot of portal switches and that makes it fun. Like, an example of it is this ball part, right, oh my gosh, I'm not even close to it. The ball part that's right here, it's just a random short section where it just switches game modes and it's super fun. So I tried to do a lot of that. So there's a mini ball in here. You just kind of buffer every input, and then you get to here. You turn regular size, and you have these super tight timings. You can see the invisible spikes. There's one right there, and one right there. And I didn't really do much here. I just put a spike there, and then for this part, I completely changed it Now you have to hit this jump ring where you used to not have to. I just moved the spikes from there to over here, and I put in like decoration things to make it look cool, I guess. And I expanded these, and I did them weird, like the gap here is bigger or something, so you can't just jump over this one and hold and keep on jumping. You can't buffer this input either from here. You have to just time this one and then do another timing right after it. And this part, I actually, like, originally there were no upside down portals, but it was too easy, so I put in upside down portals. You just click once to get up in there, and then click again to go jump down, and then you'll end up right here, click, click. But these two clicks right here are really fast. And then this part, all I did was I made it so you have to hit these pink jump rings. It's actually really easy. And this part is the torture part. When I first buffed this, it was so hard. It was way too hard because you couldn't hit any of these too early, and you couldn't hit any of them too late. That's still the case, but it's a lot looser than it used to be. I nerfed it 6 times. It's actually insane. There used to be like a small tower, but I just put in like a section of these, and then I expanded it a little bit, so it's actually kind of tight, not really though. And this jump, I really didn't do much to it, because if I were to add on another spike, like a regular spike, because you see that there's mini spikes there, but the gap between these two is just the same if this mini spike wasn't there. So the only way I could have buffed it was add a mini spike right here, but then it would look ugly. So then I'd have to add a regular spike, but then the jump is impossible, almost. And this part, it's not really harder, it's just cooler, I guess. And then this jump ring timing is so tight. It doesn't look tight because there's quite a large gap in between the two jump rings, but when you come out of this blue jump pad, you're going fast, so it's actually way tighter than it looks. And this part, I just added in a lot of these saw thingies and put in upside down portals and stuff. And this click right here is pretty hard. And I actually added in a minefield of black jump rings here, because I found when I was flying through here, I would straight fly, and then when I got to here, my trajectory would be weird, or however you say that word. So I just added in a minefield of black jump rings so that wouldn't happen. Then again, I could have just added in an invisible slope, which I wish I would have done. It would have made it feel a lot smoother, but whatever. And this part, I've nerfed this spike right here. This spike, I've nerfed that spike so many times because it just didn't feel right. But then I added in a spider, and this is actually one of my favorite things in the level. There are 2 different types of spikes there, but we're gonna ignore that. I don't think those are 2 different types of spikes. I just think the coloring is weird or something. I don't know what's going on there. But the spider part, I tried to make it as uneven, like the clicks are as uneven as possible. You kind of buffer this one, then you're up. You have to click here, go 3 spikes, click here, go 4, 5 spikes, click there, and then 2, and then click there. So it's quite an uneven pattern, and that's what I tried doing. And then it goes back to UFO. And this part, you just kind of figure it out. It's quite hard to do this timing right here. Like this entire timing right there is super hard. But then coming out, I have this part, which I have this quite set far back because this is gonna sound strange, but I don't know. It's weird. But I started buffing this, and then I buffed it so that you had to not buffer this input and then jump on, and it worked. Like if you buffered, you would die. But then I came back the next day, and I really saved it, and then I buffered it, and it worked. So it didn't work one day, and then it worked the next day, so I just gave up. So then you can buffer this, so I guess that's a little too easy, kind of. Then you just got this jump ring madness, and this jump ring click right here, it's actually kind of tight. And then this yellow one is semi-tight, and then you just buffer these 2. And then you have an upside down wave, because it's a green jump ring, and you're bouncing upwards, and then you go upside down, so it's upside down wave, and then you go through here, and then it's right side up wave, and then you go through here, and there's a bunch of invisible blocks just so you don't die. This transition was so hard to make. I've done so many different things to make it impossible to die, and I still don't think it's impossible to die. I'm sure somebody can die here. And then there's this purple jump ring, pink jump ring, and then I don't know if I'd change this. Maybe I did. And then you have the ball section. I just kind of increased, like I moved all of these structures down, and then I added in these jump rings. I made the top spikes, and this jump ring is a timing here because if you hit it too early, you hit that. This one, if you hit it too early, you can hit that, but it's really hard to. And then this is just kind of spam. You want to go up, down, up, down, up, down, and then you hit these two. And there's actually slopes here because I've had difficulties with this transition, but those slopes fixed everything. And then this is like if you buffer this, you die. If you buffer this one, you die. And this is an extremely late click right here. Extremely late. And then you buffer that one, unless you hit this one too early, because you can just barely get by this. And then if you hit that one buffering, you'll just go into the saw blade. So you kind of have to correct yourself if you hit this one too early, but late enough to not hit the saw blade, if that makes sense. And then I made it say I had to buffer this. And then it goes into a robot. And then it's just kind of simple, but this click right here is a little challenging, just a little bit. In this part, I added in a jump pad because flying into this corridor was super tough. So then I made it go upside down, and then I made you fly through this monster's mouth. Then you have to go through here. You have to you're upside down, so then you let go. You have to click to go up, and then you'll go up, and then you have to micro click to go down enough, and then just do a very small click right here to actually fly down into this portal, and then you have to click a little bit to go through here. So all of these you want to click through the portals, kind of. It's actually quite hard. And then more invisible slopes to make this transition better. It's a ball, and then I actually added in invisible floor here just so you don't die, because I've actually hit this too early because of the spike. But then again, I guess that's kind of what makes it difficult, but I don't know, because you can usually just buffer this, but sometimes if you buffered it, you would just barely not make it. So I added in an invisible floor. So I just made it so you had to buffer this one. You had to go up, hit this one late, and then go just up a little bit further, because you have to hit this one super late, and then you'll come over here, hit that one late, and then you have to hit this very late, and then you have to hit this one sort of late, and then you go through here and then hit that one. And this is my favorite part in the level, I think. No, it's not. Second favorite. This part is so cool. You're a ball still. I just took away the ship, and then I added in a mini portal. So you'll come down here, click, 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 and then you'll have to re-click because your buffer doesn't transfer over to ship. And then you'll fly up here, let go, spam as UFO, go up as wave, mini spam right here, go down, and then this is the hardest part in the level. You have to become a ball. You have to hit that. You have to click right before you fall off to actually make that. Look how that's a 4-block gap, and it's 3 blocks high. This is super tight. And then you just got to do these clicks. But then this is the hardest thing in the entire level. You have to just buffer all of these two, like the green jump ring and purple jump ring, and then you have to buffer that one too. But if you hit too, it's almost impossible to hit this one good enough, because if you hit it too early, you'll hit the spike. If you jump too early, you'll just hit the spike, and it's such a hard timing. I've actually made it past this and died last night, and it was awful. But then I made it. Oh, you become robot right here. So that's a robot jump. So then you become back to the ball, and I just kind of increase the size of these. I didn't even change up the locations or nothing. I made them bigger. So that's actually a really hard timing as well. And then this one, you have to not buffer this one. You have to hit that one late. You have to jump in here, hit this one late, but not too late, because you can hit this one even if you click this. You can't hit the saw blade if you click this one late enough, which I've done so many times. These two are buffers. Then it goes into a spider. You click and then go up a little bit and then click, which is actually really hard. And then you have this UFO, wave, which I just added in a million D blocks just so you can actually slide. I know I didn't have to add in D blocks up here, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so your right side up wave, you want to click, go down, and then do a micro click, because now you'll be going reverse, so you'll automatically be going up. Then you want to do a micro click, and then you'll go through there. And then I added in slopes right here just to make it more consistent, and it's actually super consistent. I'm really proud of this right here. And then you'll be UFO, but because of the slopes you'll go flying downwards, so then you have to click on these, and then you just click on all of those. So then after that you have to hit this jump ring and then spam 3 times very quickly, or else you'll just die. And then you have to do the super tight ship, and that's the level. That's the entire level. So yeah, I'm uploading this. Obviously a demon in my opinion. Bam. If you want to play it, the ID is right here. Also be in the description, the level ID, so you can just copy it. So yeah, that'll be the end of this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment if you have any video ideas, subscribe if you have not. I suck at outros. Goodbye.